Hey there, everyone. We will get started here momentarily. Just wanted to take you through our severe weather risk for tonight into Friday, let you know when the worst of the storms could be and what could hold the storms back a bit, especially tonight and also tomorrow. So we'll jump right in here momentarily. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful week so far. It was a nice day today. We'll get even warmer tomorrow. We had those temperatures in the 60s. Today we'll get into the 70s. For our Friday, then for Easter weekend, we are going to have cooler temperatures, mainly back down into the 50s as we move into both Saturday and Sunday. Here's our severe weather risk for Friday. This is for Friday morning to early Saturday morning. So our risk tonight, very low to pretty much close to zero. This is really going to be the afternoon, evening, and early overnight period of our Friday. So what comes through tonight into tomorrow morning could be strong, could have some very small hail and gusty winds to go along with a lot of heavy rain and some thunder and lightning. But overall, the risk of severe weather is low for tonight into tomorrow morning. Once we get into the afternoon and evening, that risk will go up as our temperatures warm and we start to push more of that moisture into the area. When we get that round in the evening, and potentially even a second round in the afternoon, but the main round will be in the evening to overnight period from about 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., but I'll go through the timing here in just a moment. We will have our best chance of severe weather. Main risk will be damaging winds. Do have a small chance of large hail, low risk of a tornado, and some localized flooding. If we get all of these rounds to come over the same communities, there could be some higher water that eventually works its way into the rivers and streams and creeks, and that could lead to a localized flood risk. What is going to hold the storms back a bit for tomorrow afternoon and evening is what we call a cap. It's a layer of warmer air well above the surface, so as you get deeper into the atmosphere, it's warmer temperatures that will hold back some of those storms from developing. You need the warm, moist air to rise, which we will get as we warm temperatures up, getting into the 70s. But once it hits that layer of warmer air, it's going to stop rising because those temperatures need to continue to cool, but they don't have the ability to continue to rise if temperatures above it are warmer than the actual air mass that is trying to lift, cool, condense, and form those clouds and eventually the showers and storms. If it was a cooler profile, as you go up in the atmosphere, it would have the ability to continue to form updrafts, which is really just not going to be the case as we get into the afternoon and evening tomorrow. So this will hold our ability to develop showers and storms back a bit tomorrow afternoon and evening, and will likely lower that severe weather risk until we get closer to the cold front, which will essentially break the cap. It'll push that air into that warmer air, it'll cool things down, and we will be able to see some of those showers and storms developing. Now, if it was uncapped, if we didn't see the atmosphere that we have tomorrow, or there's a very weak cap, which is potentially could happen, but most of the models are hinting at a very strong cap, which would keep us dry for most of the afternoon and evening. But if it was uncapped and we have that heating, we would have those showers and storms able to break through the cap, rise, and we would see those stronger storms forming. So what will happen tomorrow is we will have that layer of warm air not allow for those showers and storms to really start to rise and potentially tap into stronger winds, start to rotate a bit. Just not going to likely occur for tomorrow afternoon and evening. For everyone tonight, between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. into tomorrow morning's commute, we will have our first round of non-severe showers and storms. For round two, which we could see a couple strong to severe storms, mainly north of M46, especially as you get towards US 10, M55 in our central northern communities. There could be a couple storms that are able to develop, come through off of Lake Michigan, and start to tap into some of the warmer, moist air that we're able to build throughout the morning into the afternoon. This is where we could see a round of strong to severe storms right along the warm front. Whenever you interact with the warm front, that's where you could get some spin, maybe an isolated tornado, but damaging winds, large hail would be the main risk with that round two. Doesn't mean it will occur. We'll have to watch the radar and see how things are developing and going along with that warm frontal boundary round 3 for everyone. This will be with a cold front between 7 p.m. and 4 a.m. That's our best chance of some stronger storms. But as we get deeper into the overnight, we start to lose that heat. We start to lose that big time rising motion into the atmosphere. And that will likely cap our ability to really maintain a lot of those strong to severe storms. So overall, the risk is there, but it's a small risk and a small chance as opposed to what we saw a couple weeks ago when we had that big time line of showers and storms moving in during, when we had peak heating, when we had a lot of that heat and humidity available. Just not really going to see that ability here with those showers and storms. What we have out there right now is this warm front, which will continue to push on in over the next several hours. This is what's going to spark off those showers and storms tonight into tomorrow. And we actually have that happening right around the Twin Cities. So right around here is where those showers and storms will continue to push on in with time, and that'll give us our first round tonight into tomorrow morning. Temperatures right now, 50s and 60s, not too bad. We have a comfortable evening on the way. We'll stay dry until after midnight, and we will see those temperatures holding steady only in the upper 40s to mid 50s with the overnight low. So this is what we're going to wake up to with a few of those showers and storms in the area. We'll show you that on our Futurecast model. As we go past midnight, a few of those non-severe showers, so just some light rain, will start to develop out ahead of this area of shower and thunderstorm activity. We are going to see that moving through between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. A lot of this activity will likely stay north of Interstate 69, but a couple models have it further to the south. So we'll watch between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m. for some gusty winds, heavy rain, thunder, and lightning, but things should stay non-severe with that activity. Then as we get towards the late morning, early afternoon, this is the warm front. So the warm front will be right about here, and I'll draw it on our map just to show you where it is. So that's going to be the warm front. It'll continue to push on off to the north, and that'll allow for those showers and storms to really develop mainly north of our area. But as that warm front is continuing to push on in, it will allow for some showers and storms to develop as a result of that heating and as a result of us getting a little bit more moisture in the area. So late morning into the early afternoon is when we're going to have to watch out for these storms. So here's the warm front right here as these storms, and I'll mark them right now, as these storms right here start to develop and will continue to push on off to the east, right along that boundary, you have a lot of spin. If these storms are more surface-based rather than elevated, which, we'll see where that warm front actually is when those storms cross over Lake Michigan and get into our area. That's where we could have our first round of strong to severe storms. But outside of that, we're going to have to wait until around after 7 p.m., especially midnight and beyond, to see some of those showers and storms moving on through. And then by 4 a.m. on our Saturday, we're drying it out. We have a dry day for Saturday, lots of clouds. Temperatures will be back into the 50s to start the weekend. And then we'll see some rain late on Easter Sunday, mainly after sunset is what it's looking like. That'll get us into a rainy, windy day on Monday. Temperatures will get into the 60s with some thunderstorms possibly. But the real main risk of severe weather will be tomorrow as we get past the morning activity. Hey, Ethan, same to you as you make your way back to the area. You know, you're going to be kind of right there in crunch time between 7 and 8 for some of those early storms to be developing. So hopefully they're maybe not in the area of Chicago. I would say that would be the biggest opportunity for maybe some delays. I think getting into GR would be just fine, but hopefully you don't have any issues. Nora, always happy to bring these updates for everyone, especially with severe weather on the way potentially tomorrow. We'll keep you up to date if we have any of those warnings. They'll, of course, be live here on Facebook and as well scrolling on our airwaves. If we do have a tornado warning, of course, we'll break on in and give you the latest and greatest, but hopefully we keep that opportunity to a minimum. That's going to do it for me, everyone. Have a great rest of the week. If you celebrate Easter, have a wonderful Easter on our Sunday. We will keep things dry for the weekend. Temperatures back into the 50s, but overall, things are looking more spring-like in our 7-day forecast, and I think that's going to continue for the rest of April.